Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another episode. I'm your host, TedTokez. We got another World of Tanks here. We got a few matches. Let's get right into it. Looks like the first match is with an armadillo, and we're immediately heading towards the front lines, looking to do some of our scouting responsibility, and maybe even get a couple more side points out of the side jobs that we have as a scout. I crossed that bridge and noticed a couple of enemies, and instead of turning away from them, it looks like I turned towards them. Maybe to distract some of the barrels, maybe to create opportunity for our team to get into a better position, or even take an opportunity of their own that they see feasible at the time. It appears I start to get hammered a bit. I allowed the enemies to land a few shots. I hurt myself and rolled over. Now I'm just stuck on my back, and they managed to just wipe me out after that. Here we are in our next match. It appears I was late to the controller, but not too late. I'm going to fast forward up this intro before we reach the front lines. And then our first encounter, I believe, was up here. We come out of this pathway right here, run into one enemy, and we get a little bit of deflection.
You know your mic's on?
We have to position our tank, as we have to be concerned and aware of the enemy's barrel trajectories. That's one of the easiest ways to just avoid as many bullets penetrating your tank as you can. Because if they never have a straight, clean shot, a lot of them can't land it. Looks like we wrapped around there, kind of fell back behind the front line, or our supporting line, whatever you want to call that. Because they're not really overwatching. They're actually kind of in the battle. They have the high ground. It would be kind of silly for them to just run down unless they were going to stampede that tank back there that I passed up. I'm turning around to chip into him, thinking maybe they'll take the advantage of that. And as they finish that tank off, I go to use the rest of my bullets on his teammate that wasn't too far behind him. Teammates helped with that, so now we're moving on forward a little bit. We actually have some momentum. Our teammates are not scared to actually push and approach the enemies even. I traversed the map a bit, looking for some trying to do my scouting job ultimately.
Thank God we have Boomhauer on the team.
Now, I'm not sure if that guy was talking to me or about me or not, but I don't know, man. I do a lot of rambling when I'm online sometimes. Like, I be bullshitting, you know what I mean? If you know, you know. But yeah, you know, we rotated back to this bridge, tried to help with this middle of the map fight. It appears our team's capturing the base, but we need to get back to home base before they cap our base. Now, as you can see, I threw a smoke because that guy on the bridge was starting to target me, and I didn't want to lose any health at that point. The more health I had to make my break into my own base and at least get one shot on these enemies to where it resets the timer. But I didn't. As you can see, I failed on my approach. Maybe I had an opportunity if I would have just sent them.
Tell you what.
And I don't know what that guy was telling me because that's all he said. But that was that match. We managed an epic victory. I was down there on the bottom half of the importance meter. We're just going to continue on to the next match because, you know, it is what it is. Another armadillo. Looks like we turned to the right, started spawning on the low side there. We spawned in on the low side, so we went to the right, heading straight up this hill, because it's a lot more beneficial to put your scout light tank, such as one as an armadillo for sure, but to be able to traverse these hilltops here, you know, circling back and forth, finding a flank that you can sit there and blitzkrieg or whatever, you know. There's a lot of stuff that can be done. And if I'd have went down the zero line, all I really would have got to do was drive in circles, waiting for these teammates in that zero line to actually become effective, because that's why they'll sit over there. They know they can sit there and have half of their team spot up the enemies for them. No one's really even worried about shooting over there. Nobody really even worries about it. You know, that's why they do it though, because it's the easiest. It's their cop out. You know what I mean? It's their way of getting their points without actually having to get their points. And if you go look at their points, you can see how many of them. As I skim through, you could slow it down and check them scorecards for yourselves. I fast forward through this because it's really not even worth the POV of spectating. Now, I'll admit, I honestly don't even like watching my own POV because of how I have to play in accords to how they're playing. There's this, you know what I mean? There is no there. It's teamwork for a reason. You know, it's not a dictatorship. It's a democracy. Things aren't going to happen on their own, and when they do, they're not going to happen as well as they would if the team was actually playing as a team or doing their jobs like they're supposed to. And here we are in a match right before our last match of the video, so we still got 2 more.
Not really seeing a whole lot.
I think that weasel sees us, by the way.
Lucky for us, it doesn't matter who sees us, it matters who can shoot us.
Drilled that one.
Holy shit, there's a lot here.
The hornet's nest!
And half of the enemy's heavies are there at the least, so they're not really lying about us having a fight.
My smoke
here.
went underground instead of coming out.
Zeus!
Get him! Get him!
Good boy!
Oh no, I'm gonna die to a gun.
I kind of wanted to laugh at that because it's usually a gun that has the easiest chance of getting us.
So we got a halfway push to city.
Now, as I'm trying to hold back a lot of their pressure, our teammates getting pressure is just as much as I am, if not more, because I'm using this building as cover. Now, I'm not hiding from the fight, obviously. But I do have some sort of cover within the battlefield that I've placed myself.
I'm gonna die. I'm tracked.
And to help my teammates, I continue to try to get the enemy's health.
I just got shot twice by 2 different weasels.
Sounds like that guy's going through it.
And the team is nowhere to be
If you
found.
notice, we have another one-line non-sensory act going on. But at least they have that front-line medium scouting for him until he can.
Man, we got people with no damage on him, man. Like, teammates are not even trying. Holy shit. It's a hard loss. Yeah, it's a bunch of people that don't want to play and use the buttons on their controllers. Chewing on crayons.
And they're probably legitimately just sitting there looking down their barrel, maybe holding the left trigger or something so that they can see down their barrel, and maybe pressing the other trigger to shoot their gun. You know, they really not even play. Like, give the controller to somebody who wants to play the game who's gonna. There I am going in for a sweet ram kill. Yeah, it hurts your own tank, but you know, at this point, might as well let them get some points, huh? And I probably should have tried to ram that light tank if I didn't. But we lose our fuel tank, and that stops our rotation ratio, our turning ratio. We end up smashing into that rock formation. They end up getting our ribbon, and as you can see, we're like outnumbered by twice the team, so they probably don't really stand a chance winning this one. We fast forward a little bit. As you can see, the weasel's kind of leaving, probably reloading.
Well, you go right ahead.
Back in, but at that point, he's all by himself.
Piss on that. Yeah, I don't have to play that way.
But this guy does have to play 1v7 now, so...
Trash?
I don't know what he was calling trash, but I'll tell you what I think is trash in this moment. I think the way that the entirety of the team played was trash, including myself. However, the biggest flaw in what our teams usually do, no matter who it is or what they're capable of, the biggest flaw for that map is when you spawn on that side, people want to sit in that one line. And that's not something that you should even be doing, because you're just hindering your own teammates. If they would have kept pushing that one line, imagine the show out that would have happened at that city corner there.
Like anymore. Well, we got some bots on our team.
Oh, we got a communicator.
Hey, what's going on? Just looking over the roster. Let's get him. What are you in?
Alright, for our final match of this video, we got our Leopard 2A5.
Why are these guys going the other way?
We start traversing up to the front lines, getting on the battlefield.
I'm the only guy heavy going whatever over here. I'm turning around.
Sounds like that guy's not up for the challenge.
Nope, can't do it. That side's lost.
As both sides of the map are usually lost because people don't actually play the game. Here I am, fast forwarding myself to the front lines. We get to this ruined castle up here, and we try to get our first penetration.
You got a 477 over there? I got ammo for him. Just trying to locate him.
And we're just going to keep trying to help our teammates beat into these enemies as we try to push around this
Come
corner.
on, y'all came over here to fight like you want to fight.
I don't know, man. I'm not slacking too much. I feel like I'm putting up a fight, though.
I'm hitting the guy you're hitting.
Sounds like my teammate and myself are working on the same enemy tank.
Is that the 477?
The Object 477A is likely our biggest threat as far as the enemies.
Then pen him. Got him. Going after the 477. I got my hesh for him.
I try and make a play for a rotation
He's going down.
flank on that, and it kind of backfires.
Yeah, I'm hitting him. I'm hitting him good. He's retreating. I'm hitting him.
And at this point, they finish off my tank's health bar, so I'm destroyed, and it looks like that Object might have even got that teammate of mine. And we're probably going to lose this match as the numbers are dropping, and a lot of the numbers that are in the fight are not even actually
Give
in
me
the
from the
fight.
side. Thumper. Oh, and this team sucks anyway.
And the teams usually do suck in this game. It's generally 3 people playing for the 12 others, and the 12 others get by default points. It's pretty much guaranteeable a fact that if you actually observe the match, there's only a few people actually making things happen
This guy killed
that
himself.
change the game entirely.
Or is he Orion? That's
and
bullshit.
allow everybody else
Whatever.
to do what they're doing in the first
He
place.
didn't accomplish anything. He's not cool. Rosie had no damage, so screw him.
Fall back. Lift aside another day.
Time ran out.
But that's that match. As they finish up our team, you'll get to see the rewards board and how everybody did. And there you go. I got myself middle of the rewards board. And if you're up for it, check out another video, man. We might even do better.